What's up, guys? I'm back, and today I'm going to be showing you my pfSense router. So this is it. It's an old E machine. It has an AMD dual core processor in it, as well as, of course, AMD built-in graphics, and it also has 2 gigabytes of RAM currently. I think I'm going to upgrade that to 4 to help out the system, but for now it should be good. So this is essentially a pfSense router that I'm making. I don't have 2 Ethernets in the back yet, so it's inoperational. I need a second card, which will go in the top x64 slot, probably another cheapo 1 gigabit speed card that gives me another Ethernet jack. Should be easy. Now, if you can't tell right now, it's on. It makes a light little whisper, and what's cooling it inside is that. So essentially, it has a 120mm fan right on top of a 40mm. See if I can slide down in there. So there's a little 40mm fan in there that's cooling the heatsink. It's a passively cooled CPU, except there is a fan that has been screwed onto there in the past. And I have a 120mm at a slight angle, and it is blowing air over to the left, which cools the little PCB right here, as well as cooling the RAM and the card that'll be there. For exhaust, it primarily exhausts out of here and a little bit out the front, and it also has a tiny bit out the back. The way that I mounted the fan was zip ties, of course. There was a single fan header left on the motherboard, so I used the 120mm fan that I had left over from an old PC that my friends gave me, and it's working nicely. For what I'm using inside here, I have a single SATA connector which has been bent over on its side. It's one of the side ones that has also the flat one. So I'll probably be plugging in a hard drive right here and maybe just double-sided tape mounting it. I don't know. The little cord is literally this long. It's going to go right there. I know that for a fact. Cable management's pretty iffy in this little guy because, of course, it's a tiny case, but it does have a decent amount of room for cables here. Essentially, what I had to do to get that room is I took out the previous hard drive holder, which is a 3.5 inch anyways, and a 5.5 inch CD drive bay, so I'm not going to need it anyways. As far as I can tell, it's a stable running system. It's got a nice little 80 plus bronze power supply in it. 220 volt, so it should run a hard drive as well as everything. I mean, it did in the past, but now I've got a fan hooked up. Shouldn't matter, I'm not using a CD drive. Up here it has a single PCI X16 slot and an X1, which I'm going to use this X16 to plug in a 1 gigabit Ethernet card. Like I said, it's going to go through this slot. That's why I avoided mounting the fan over there, which would have been a bit easier since there were 2 grates there. And I could have done a 3-way triangle support, but that's fine. I did a 3-way triangle with the power supply here. And if you're saying that's kind of risky, I did make sure there's nothing there. The power supply has quite a bit of clearance right there, so we're good. But yeah, this is my tiny pfSense router. Cost me nothing. So far, everything in there has just been what I've had. A scrap fan, this scrap computer. And yeah, I hope I can do more videos on this in the future. I wanted to make a virtualized pfSense router up there, but I realized that I'd have to run a cord through the IBM server and then through to up, and I don't run those servers constantly. I'd like to run this constantly because it's fairly quiet. But yeah, we're going to get to work on it. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.